So think about that moment. Maybe you've experienced it where your business starts gaining real traction. It's exciting.
Oh, absolutely.
But then you notice the strain, the customer support inquiries are flooding in. Your internal teams are constantly answering the same questions, pulling them away.
From their actual jobs, yeah.
It feels like the only way to keep up is just to keep hiring and hiring
Yeah,
and
yeah.
hiring.
That's a classic growth dilemma, isn't it? You want that upward trajectory, but it often brings this proportional increase in operational burden, especially in support roles, customer facing and internal.
Yeah,
It can become a real drag on efficiency and, profitability.
exactly. So, okay, imagine a different scenario. What if you could handle that increasing workload, that surge in demand, without that direct sort of one-to-one increase in headcount?
Hmm.
What if you could essentially amplify your team's capabilities without a massive hiring spree? That's the fascinating area we're exploring today.
Precisely. We're taking a deep dive into how a specific technology, apexAI, is enabling businesses to do just that, to scale their customer support and internal operations effectively without the traditional need to exponentially grow their payroll.
Right.
It's a pretty fundamental shift in how we can think about business growth and, well, operational efficiency.
And this isn't just abstract thinking, is it? We have
Yeah.
some really compelling real-world stories to unpack,
We do.
coming from companies like Onyx Radiance and SMS Chemicals.
Right.
And we'll also look at the core technology that powers apexAI itself.
Yep.
Consider this our way of giving you, the listener, a shortcut to understanding how this works and the tangible impact it's having on businesses like theirs and maybe yours.
Yeah, our mission in this deep dive is really to extract the crucial insights from these experiences and the tech itself to understand exactly how apexAI facilitates this scale without hiring.
Okay.
We'll be looking at the core challenges it addresses, the concrete results companies are seeing, and the underlying mechanics that make it all possible.
Okay, let's unpack that initial headache of scaling. For many businesses, like you said, it hits first with customer support.
Mm-hmm.
More customers inevitably mean more questions, more issues. The traditional response: hire more support agents, which then requires training, management, all the costs.
All the overhead. And the same pressure builds internally too, right? As the company grows, the need for readily available information just explodes. People asking the same things over and over.
That's a key point. And it's not just the salary expense either. Think about the time and energy invested in recruiting, onboarding, ensuring consistent service as your team expands.
And then you add global operations, different languages, different time zones. Oh boy.
Right. That puzzle becomes exponentially more complex
Yeah,
and costly.
definitely.
So this is where apexAI comes into play. The fundamental idea is using AI to manage a significant chunk of these support and internal tasks, but without needing to bring on and pay loads of new employees.
It's about leveraging AI as a powerful force multiplier for your existing team. That's a good way to put it.
And what's really interesting here is the speed. The sources keep mentioning this concept of overnight learning.
Yeah, that's fascinating. Unlike traditional AI systems that might need months of training data, months of fine-tuning, apexAI seems to leverage a company's existing knowledge almost immediately.
It almost sounds too good to be true, though. The testimonials mention simply uploading existing documents, PDFs, SOPs, customer feedback,
Standard stuff they already have.
into a Google Drive folder. And from there, apexAI just understands it.
Well, that's the power of what they call the intake engine, which we'll definitely get into more detail on shortly.
Sure.
But the core insight here is that by feeding apexAI the information that already exists within your business, you're basically equipping it with the knowledge to answer questions, resolve issues, provide support.
In a way that actually knows your business.
Exactly. Highly relevant, contextualized, it learns the intricacies of your operations incredibly quickly.
Okay, let's see this potential in action then. The example of Klarna's AI assistant is really illuminating. Now, it's their own system, not apexAI directly, but
But the functionality and the results look very similar. It gives us a tangible glimpse into what's possible.
so what happened there?
Well, within its first month, Klarna's AI assistant handled an astounding 2/3 of all their customer service chats. 2/3!
Wow.
To put that in perspective, that's like the workload of 700 full-time agents working around the clock.
700 people's worth of work.
Yeah.
That's massive scale. Think about scaling your support without adding hundreds of employees.
Exactly. And the kicker, the customer satisfaction scores were comparable to those handled by human agents.
Really? That challenges the idea that AI support automatically means worse service.
It does. And maybe even more compelling, there was a 25% decrease in repeat inquiries.
Okay, so it's actually solving the problem the first time.
It suggests the AI isn't just giving superficial answers, yeah. It's resolving issues effectively. Plus, the resolution times just plummeted from an average of 11 minutes down to under 2 minutes.
11 minutes to under 2. That's a huge jump in efficiency and just a better experience for the customer.
Huge. And let's not forget the 24/7 availability and the multilingual capabilities. Klarna's assistant works in over 35 languages.
Which we know apexAI also handles multiple languages, right?
Yeah.
That's critical for anyone looking to expand globally without hiring a massive multilingual team.
Absolutely critical. This always-on multilingual support breaks down huge barriers for global customer service. And the money side. Klarna estimated a $40 million increase in profit this year alone from this.
$40 million.
Yeah.
That really underscores the potential cost savings of scaling with AI instead of just more people.
It's a stark number.
Okay, now let's look at a direct apexAI user. Onyx Radiance. This is a company, initially Israeli market, decided to go global after 2015.
Right, and traditionally, that kind of expansion would mean a big investment in multilingual staff.
For sure. But their experience seems to show how apexAI transformed that challenge. What did they do?
They simply uploaded their existing materials, marketing brochures, customer reviews, even scientific reports they had in Hebrew, English, Russian, French.
Just dropped them into Google Drive.
Pretty much. And almost immediately, they had a B2B website up in 12 languages, 36 social media accounts active in native languages.
Wow.
And an AI email agent that could understand and respond to order status questions integrated with both Shopify and Odoo.
That's a massive global presence set up incredibly fast with minimal traditional overhead, it sounds like.
And what's really interesting is the breadth of what the AI could handle. Not just basic translation. It understood complex stuff like price lists, shipping details.
And customer service across different channels.
Yep, WhatsApp, Telegram, even a 247 hotline, all handled by the AI.
And the impact on their team size. That's key for this scale without hiring idea.
Remarkable. They're managing this whole global operation with just 3 team members. 3. And the CEO even said they have less work than when they were only focused on Israel.
That's a direct example right there.
Yeah.
Global scale without blowing up the payroll or the workload.
Exactly. Plus, the speed of customer responses, hours or days down to seconds, that's just fundamentally better service.
It really highlights the efficiency gains. They skipped hiring multilingual staff across time zones, a huge logistical and financial hurdle.
It really shows how AI can decouple growth from needing more human resources in these support roles.
Okay, then there's SMS Chemicals.
Yeah.
Established Israeli manufacturer. They spent, 12 years trying to expand internationally?
Yeah, with limited success. They mentioned the high costs of personnel, constant travel for trade shows, the usual struggles.
A very common barrier for established businesses trying to go global.
It is. But then, after implementing apexAI, within just 12 months, SMS Chemicals expanded into numerous countries: USA, Mexico, Europe, Africa.
And the crucial part,
They did this without adding any new staff and without all that international travel.
that's a complete turnaround. From struggling for over a decade to suddenly having a significant global footprint, minus the usual overhead. What apexAI features made that happen?
Well, similar to Onyx Radiance, they use the multilingual websites, tailored social media content, local language marketing materials.
But that 247 instant support must have been huge too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Likely pivotal for building trust and handling inquiries across all those new markets and time zones. Again, showing AI handling support at scale without needing more human agents.
And the fact that they're confident about more global expansion in 2025, specifically because of apexAI.
It really underscores the impact on their whole business strategy, doesn't it? They went from being limited by operational capacity to seeing global growth as achievable.
Without needing to proportionally grow the workforce. It's a powerful example of AI enabling that scale without just hiring more bodies.
Definitely. So, okay, we've looked at the challenges of scaling support and operations and seen some really compelling real-world examples of the impact. Now, let's maybe dig into the mechanics behind this overnight learning. We keep hearing about this intake engine.
Yes. Okay, so what is the apexAI intake engine? The description is Smart Document Ingestion and Vectorization System. Sounds technical.
Let's break it down. It's basically the core tech that lets apexAI understand and use a company's existing knowledge base. The smart document ingestion part means it automatically finds and processes your documents. It actively monitors your linked Google Drive folder. When you upload a new file, PDF, text file, even an image, the intake engine spots it immediately.
And it can even handle images, like scanned documents. It can read those.
Exactly. It uses OCR, optical character recognition, to pull the text out of scanned documents. Then it starts cleaning up the text, figuring out the structure, breaking it into manageable chunks. That chunking is important for the AI to actually process the information.
Okay, so it grabs the text, cleans it up.
Yeah.
What about the vectorization system part? What does that do?
Right. This is where the real AI magic happens. The intake engine uses AI to classify the content, figures out what the document is about, adds relevant tags, even creates summaries.
Yeah.
And crucially, it transforms the text into something called vector embeddings. You can think of these as numerical representations of the meaning of the text.
Meaning not just keywords.
Precisely. It lets the AI understand semantic relationships between different pieces of information. It goes way beyond simple keyword matching.
So it understands context, nuance.
Exactly. And the amazing part, this whole process is automated. The sources stress, zero manual work. You literally just drop files into Google Drive.
And the engine does everything else. Format detection, OCR, parsing, chunking, AI classification, even spotting duplicates.
Yep, eliminates duplicates too. And then finally, it feeds these vector embeddings into a special kind of database called a vector database. Pinecone is a common example.
And why is that special database needed?
It's designed specifically for finding the most relevant information super fast when the AI needs to answer a question. Think of it like a super smart library index, where the AI can instantly find the right information based on the meaning of the question, not just the words used. That's what the vector database enables.
Okay, so the before picture is someone manually uploading, maybe copying and pasting, wrestling with complex data prep for a vector database.
Yeah, needing specialized skills.
And the after is just drop files in a folder, and minutes later, the AI knows everything. That's a huge reduction in time, effort, and the need for technical skills.
Absolutely. It directly helps companies scale without needing to hire, say, data scientists just to feed the AI.
It totally streamlines building a knowledgeable AI agent, removes those big technical hurdles, makes it much easier for businesses to use AI for scaling support and internal ops without needing a big dedicated team.
Exactly right.
Now, let's bring this back to our listener, someone thinking about their own business challenges. What are the core business benefits here? How does this translate into making money, saving time, all feeding that idea of scaling effectively without just hiring more people?
Right. The crucial what's in it for me question. Well, firstly, it turns those existing documents, which are often just sitting there, into what you could call monetizable knowledge. By training AI agents on this info you already have, you can deliver better support, answer internal questions faster, and ultimately drive revenue growth without the direct cost of more support staff.
That makes total sense. So those PDFs and SOPs aren't just archived. They become active assets for efficiency and scaling.
Precisely. Secondly, it significantly cuts customer support costs with instant 2,047 AI responses. Like we saw with Klarna, this can dramatically reduce the need for a large human team. That means big savings on salaries, training, HR, directly enabling scale without that proportional payroll increase.
And freeing up employee time, right? If AI handles routine internal questions, finds information quickly.
Employees aren't wasting hours searching or interrupting colleagues. That reclaimed time goes back into more strategic, maybe revenue-generating work.
Okay. What else?
Well, it lets you build a truly useful AI agent, one trained on your specific data, not generic knowledge. That means more accurate, relevant, helpful answers, better customer and employee satisfaction.
Right.
Plus, the automated document organization just removes a major admin headache. Again, more efficiency without needing more admin staff.
And it sounds like it could even help sales teams, giving them instant access to internal knowledge pricing, competitor info, helping them sell smarter.
Absolutely. And think about compliance or legal documents, too, making that dense information easier to access and understand across the company.
Yeah, that could be huge.
And obviously, for companies with global ambitions, instantly making knowledge available in multiple languages is a massive advantage. We saw that clearly with Onyx Radiance and SMS Chemicals.
Breaks down those language barriers without needing costly human translation for everything. Allows rapid global scaling without a huge multilingual workforce.
Exactly.
It's also good to see this approach getting validation from the wider tech industry. The sources mention endorsements from big names like OpenAI on vector databases and RAG.
Right, retrieval augmented generation. That's the underlying technique. Just quickly, RA means the AI first retrieves relevant info from your knowledge base, thanks to that vector database.
From your documents.
Yes. And then it generates an answer based on that specific information. So the AI's answers stay grounded in your actual data.
That makes sense. And others are seeing the value, too.
Oh, yeah. Industry recognition is significant. McKinsey research suggests companies using knowledge-based AI agents could see up to 30% lower support costs and higher customer satisfaction.
Wow, both savings and better service.
PwC points to potential 60–90% reductions in response times, and Gartner predicts most enterprises 80% will be using vector search tech by 2026.
So this isn't some niche thing. It's rapidly becoming a mainstream strategy for efficiency and scaling.
It seems that way, yes.
And just to really hit home the efficiency point, that comparison table in the source material is pretty stark. Manual document management, uploading, extracting text, organizing, summarizing, prepping for a vector DB.
All that manual effort.
Compared to the automated process of the apexAI intake engine. It really is night and day, isn't it? Tasks needing time, skills, effort are just handled.
Right. It lets businesses focus their human capital on strategy, not routine data wrangling.
It really democratizes access to this kind of sophisticated AI knowledge management.
Yeah.
You don't need a team of data scientists anymore.
Exactly. The intake engine handles the complex stuff, letting businesses scale their knowledge operations efficiently and cost-effectively.
So let's bring it all together for our listener. What's the core takeaway here? The fundamental value proposition of something like apexAI for scaling a business support internal ops without just hiring endlessly.
I think the fundamental value is unlocking the potential that's already sitting inside your existing knowledge, all that information your company has built up.
The stuff in the documents.
Yes. And leveraging that information to dramatically boost your operational capacity, but without the traditional pain points of massive hiring and tons of manual work. apexAI, with its intake engine, gives you a streamlined, automated way to tap into that knowledge.
And use it.
And deploy it through AI assistants that can handle a huge range of tasks, great customer support, fast internal answers, all in a way that's scalable and very cost-effective. It allows for genuine scale without that lockstep increase in payroll.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? What becomes possible for your business when AI can learn and act on your own knowledge almost instantly?
Yeah.
What new growth avenues open up? What efficiencies could you find when those traditional limits of human scalability are just drastically reduced? It's a truly provocative thought.
It is indeed. And it kind of forces us to reevaluate how we approach growth and operational efficiency in this, digital age. Being able to harness AI this way opens up a whole new set of possibilities.
For businesses of all sizes.
For businesses of all sizes to achieve significant scale without being held back by the usual constraints of human capital and support and internal operations.
Definitely something worth exploring further if you're facing those scaling challenges. Sounds like this type of AI solution could be a real game changer for growth and efficiency, minus the traditional overhead. Thanks for taking this deep dive with me today.
My pleasure. Fascinating topic.